Again, this is Jimmy McMillan addressing some issues on Tuesday, the 22nd of January, issues that I think is very important. On the 18th of October 2010, I ran for governor of the state of New York. I laid out a master blueprint for governors and heads of states to follow. Most importantly, for the people to pay attention to, especially the many organizations and groups that are out here. One of those in particular, two of those in particular, are the women's rights movement, and the other one is the gay rights movement. Now let me be clear here. These two organizations are nothing but failures. A woman can barely afford to feed their children breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I simplified a message to get your attention that something is wrong. The people you have been relying on to help you with your children and to help you feed your children and care for your children have failed you. Every election year, they turn to you for their vote. You was not paying attention to what I said. Your children and the children in school and educating the children in every aspect was in this conversation. Because the children cannot learn when they're hungry. But when you need something during an election time, you have not turned to Jimmy McMillan. You turn to the same elected officials who has failed this nation and this state and the city, town and county. You fail. Here I am in 2012, running for office, even during 2010, running for governor of the state of New York. You did not turn to assist me. You turned to the governor, who was a part of the contributing failure factor in which I speak. I'm hoping this year is different. I urge the young people to take over this state, this city, this town, this county. Because the old people are going to continue their same old habit. The old women in the women's rights movement who can't have kids, who all they do is run to the elected officials. Women's rights movements are a nonprofit organization. You run to them to look good in the newspapers and sound good on TV. But you're not doing anything right, not a damn thing right, for the young men and women out here today who have these kids. I'm not playing games with any of you. We are in serious, and are having a serious problem that must be addressed. To my understanding, the women's rights movement had a million-woman march. The other day, I heard about it. Disgusting and disgraceful. I would have loved to have been there to show support because everyone in the country know what I stand for. But you are old rich women with the women's rights movement not paying attention to a ghetto rat like Jimmy McMillan. You're used to the Rich Giulianis and the Donald Trumps and all these other people. Wake the hell up. I'm not here to play games. I'm running for mayor of the city of New York. Like I say to all of you, don't play games with me. All of us are hurting, and we need to get away from these elected officials who have paid are the rich boys, who have done nothing but fail the people in this state, city, town, and county. Now to the gay rights movement. Another, I say, you're not paying attention. 18th of October again, I laid out a master blueprint. I simplified a message so you know that there was more to this story than could be told. If you want to marry a shoe, I will marry you. If you want to marry a shoe, I'll marry you. You laughed. You thought it was something funny. I knew what I was saying. I didn't see a damn thing funny. I watch the commercials. I listen to you on YouTube. It's a big joke. Now that the gay movement is starting to move into production, there's still a lot of work. But not one of you, like the women's organization, has turned to Jimmy McMillan. You can find me at rentisTooDamnHigh.org, both of you. The women's rights movement and the gay rights movement. I'm right there. I haven't moved a bit. Have an email address there. You have not turned to me for nothing. And the gay rights movement, there's a lot of work to be done. It's not over. Oh, you don't need Jimmy no more. You're turning to these rich elected officials who has big businesses on Wall Street. Oh, you don't need anyone to have a voice for you. Well, I knew that from the very beginning, is why I did it at Hofstra University, sitting on the big stage running for governor of the state of New York. I simplified a message because I knew you had ignored me for 2 decades. I made it impossible for you to ignore me on the big stage at Hofstra University by making a simple quote, simplifying a message. If you want to marry a shoe, I'll marry you. Well, I'm back, running for mayor of the city of New York, and there's a lot of work to be done. A lot of work on the gay rights movement and on the women's rights movement. The way women are being treated in this city is disgusting. But those who are old and retired, who own these nonprofit organizations, you can't see that because you get a paycheck. They're working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and a third job. You retired, you don't work. I hope you can understand my frustration. You can find me on the web. Or you can email me at damnrentparty, DAMNRENTPARTY @gmail.com. It's time for you to start inviting me to find out what my message is for change. Until you do that, people will continue to hurt and there will be no change. I'm running for mayor of the city of New York in 2013, hoping the master blueprint I laid out, I can execute it running for mayor. I did not make it running for governor. I have some unfinished business to take care of, and I hope to have your support. I'm getting on you for a basic reason. You don't disgrace the people, and you don't shut up people out of an American dream, the way people in this city is being ripped of every resources, nickel and dimes they have. It's all about love. It's all about a life. All about Homo sapien. All of us are Homo sapiens, having one life to live, and those after us enjoying the dream of life. This is Jimmy McMillan, the founder of the Rent is Too Damn High Party and movement. Thank you for listening.